and we face tremendous challenges in terms of propaganda. La République du Cameroon, they have a big machine of anti-Ambazonian defense forces propaganda. They are willing to go to an extent of not giving their soldiers a befitting barrier, if that is what it takes to deceive the Ambazonian people that the ADF do not exist. For a while, in the beginning of the last month, I think it's November, the Cameroon military specifically avoided to increase its traffic along areas that the ADF were controlling. We're moving into Lebialem and in Manu, moving out of Beme. The Cameroon military was avoiding fight. After you have the images that you saw that came from No Pity, and Amazonian people in social media were demanding that ADF, we want our Akamanso to get into action. We were moving to areas to fight Cameroon military and they were running away. Because the last thing the Cameroon military wanted was to see ADF fighting their forces on the ground. Can you imagine a government running away from fight? They were willing to abandon some of their forces to avoid confrontation with the ADF. Because our people, the mindset of our people is that one that even questions our ability to act, that questions our ability, our own ingenuity to build a force. And they know that communication can handicap the ADF for whatever we have to do. You have seen us using the chain cutters in the Bamenda, in the operation in Bamenda. There are videos that we don't really want to show you, even though you really want to see them, because we don't want them to really understand our modus operandi. But it's very important and it's very critical that you give us your heart, that you trust our leadership, you trust our personnel, you trust our coordination on the ground. We have one of the most finest young men that are fighting under this our banner for our country. You have the leadership of General Efang. That is not just a leadership of a person, but it is an office that is well capable and fit not only to fight, but also to even replace itself. Be sure today that if me, Capo Daniel, I fall, the Ambazonia Governing Council have a plan to replace me. They have a plan to replace Lucas. They have a plan to replace even the CIC. They have a plan to replace everybody. I mean, there is nobody that is not replaceable. We have a plan B, but we don't have a plan B for our independence. So you can be sure that you are supporting an institution that is well planned, well built to liberate you. The Ambazonia Governing Council is the only chance Ambazonia have throughout its history. I've been talking with members of the mobile wing, some of the surviving members who are old people, who call me to advise and they call to talk about what we are doing. They believe in us. You saw Molanjo Litumbe when he met Ayabacho in Washington, what he says to him: liberate our people. He is one of a time leader that we have. Our forces are one of a time leaders that we have. Please, please equip us with what we need from you. We need only two things. We need your money for our liberation. We need your support and your trust. Do not allow yourself to be manipulated by Cameroon propaganda. It hurts me when Ambazonians will pick up their phone and tell me, Capo Daniel, we want to see ADF on the field, because if you don't see them for 1 week, it means that they don't fight. We can do whatever we are doing, and it will take Cameroon just small propaganda. And the people that will help them will not be Cameroon propagandists. It will not be Konda titles. It will be our friends, our brother that you know in the IG, who are patriots, by the way. In the IG, the Splinter and the original IG. They will be sharing those informations because somehow it pleases some people that we are not effective or that we don't take the lead.